This is a page for proper use of title and meta description in the HTML web page. So first, what are the title and meta description? They basically mean literally the title and the description. You have to write it in the head element using meta and the title property in the HTML documentation. And they usually provide a title and primary purpose of the website. And they are usually visible when you click the page, when you click view the page resource source, and also they usually provide a clear content and description about the page. Next, how they would appear on the searching engine. So here's an example of the Google search engine, and when I type how to code in HTML, there'll be on the top ranking, there'll be Amazon website saying HTML for beginners, no incident techniques. And for the description, new skills with a range of books, computers, and internet available at great prices. Great deals and low prices in HTML beginners for Amazon. It's actually not like quite close to what I was looking for. So if you go to the next ranking, we'll see the diversity schools, which is mainly deal with HTML and other coding stuffs on the website. So this is pretty good page, searching rankings. So this section is how you gonna actually use the meta description and the title. So as you can see on the right screen, in the head element, there's a lot of meta content using a different content inside a meta description and the name. But if you go down here, you can see the meta description. This is actually my example. I'm using in the index HTML for this class. So there's a meta name description, and you put the content within the bracket. You can say WGD230, my name, and the purpose of the website. This is the main page of WGD230, where we can see all weekly learning activities on this page. So this is for the main purpose of the my index HTML page. And this is the title of my name, including the class code and also the actual class title for this class course. So this is the example usage of how you're gonna actually use those meta description and also the title element. This page I'm gonna explain how to use the proper usage of title and meta description in the actual web page. So the first thing you have to understand well is understand what the researcher's intent is. So for this one, for example, if you want to make a web page about how to succeed in BYU Idaho in 4-year college program, you have to use each one of the terms that researchers might use, like BYUI, success or succeed, and 4-year or something. Each of these terms will help your web page show up in the higher ranks. And the more detailed you put your page title and the purpose and meta description, the more probability your page will be show up in the higher ranking. So this is pretty important. So for the next two stuff, this is basically talking about the proper length for your page title and meta description. So for the page title, it said it should be better that you have to finish up your title length in 60 characters. This is caused by the searching engine showing system on the screen, like Google. They got a limited pixel length in the each length of the page depending on the devices. So thus you should use up to 60 characters in order to make your page look nice and show the title in one length. I mean, one line. And for the next one, so for the meta description, you should use up to 140 characters in order to make the web meta description clear, because it doesn't have to be too long, the description. Otherwise, there's always too many terminologies to filter for the searchers, so they won't be show up in not in very high rankings in the searching engine if the searchers types some terminology that your description might include. So that's why we should put like limited length. In this case, up to 140 characters should be used in the meta description. This is also pretty important, as well as the length of the page title in your website. I forgot to mention that for the last thing, the fifth slide, you also shouldn't use the same description in the different HTML documentation you put for that page. For example, like a lot of pages should be more than one HTML document with a different purpose, slightly different purpose at least for each documentation, HTML documentation. So if you put the same meta description, even like you have a different content in each page, they won't be show up in the very high rank in the searching engine that you could have put it in the higher ranks if you had to put the meta description with the various different using different terminologies that fits best for the description on that page. So just try to make sure each page you put the different meta description and different titles to clarify the detailed purpose of each page, and in order to put it in the higher ranks in the searching engine, it actually works if you revise it for the better description and better title. And finally, so the declaring the clear title and description is pretty useful for you and also the searchers, especially when you try to put the public web page on the website, such as Google searching engine. You should think about the searcher's intent, how they're gonna search that your website by typing some specific terminologies, and also try to revise them if you don't have like specific and clear content in your title and description, and see how it's going to impact on your searching ranking. Yeah, so each time if you put the technical terms that searchers might use, the ranking is always shifting up and down, so you can see how it's gonna work if you try to put the website in the actual public searching engine. So they're a pretty useful way to see how your web page at, or like which rankings your web page are or is. So that's pretty good content for check your title and meta description.